Hey, Static Steve, please like and subscribe. Please do subscribe. Click on the icon, click on subscribe before you forget the nice little Deck Heroes icon. Click. It's absolutely free, absolutely free. Anyway, I've got some gold, absolute gold. I've got to take advantage of the fact we got Heart's Desire. When I was telling you about saving those sovereign keys, you get sovereign keys all the while. All the while. I don't think there's any right now, but it's usually connected to, it's not here now, but things like this where you got to train 2,000 troops or something like that, it's just the kind of everyday activity type of quest. You can pick up the sovereign keys. Okay, what I'm trying to say is the point of this video is trying to find reasons not to spend how many is it, 7,200 gems on this wheel. I can do it because I'm paid to play. You know what I mean? But you do get a free spin every single day for 3 days. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking, if you are optimizing for free to play and you don't have the money to invest, then you've got to be smarter. And to an extent, you have to be lucky as well. So there's going to be the More Than Gems event, where you can try and invest in VIP points. That's where you get that from. And on the More Than Gems event, you'll get those gold heads. I think there's, is it 7 or something like that, or 5 at 7,000, and you may get another 5 at 25,000. Of course, you might not have 25,000 gems a day, but you can probably have 7 by killing barbs and being active. But all that to say this, there's a chance that you do not need, I mean, especially for Nevsky. Nevsky's on the Heart's Desires list, which means that Zhang Yu, which is dead, William, in my opinion, dead, Takeda dead, Saladin, of course, man, that's one of the originals, dead. So you basically, where you can get these commanders, don't focus on thinking you can only get it from the wheel. You can get it by being diligent with the keys. And if you manage to save up 200 keys, and another temptation to cash them in, then obviously you can also do the quest on the mine season quest that I showed you slightly earlier today. This is what we did. Yeah, that one there. We got 200 points, which helped tip us over the edge in terms of rewards. And now we'll just do level 15. I'm going to be actually going into battle. So literally the 8th day or something like that, 9th day maybe of KVK. We actually do player versus player now, so those crystals will be very useful for my tech. I'll just do a quick zoom for my tech so you can see where I'm at as a pay to play. I'm only KVK pay to play, by the way, and I know there's others who spend a fortune more than me. My budget's still £150. I know people dwarf that, but there's many who go nowhere near that. But yeah, I think you can get away with spending about £75 on this and not be far from the power that I've got here. I just kind of overindulged early on rather than just kind of trying to get ahead of the game instead of economy. I don't want to get into that anyway. I don't want to get into all that. I'll do that in a different video. All I wanted to say was, don't feel that you have to spend on the wheel. You just rely initially on doing the free spin. Maybe you get lucky, you accumulate heads. You go, especially for somebody like Nevsky. I'm not saying get Nevsky, but just as an example, you got your 200 keys, which you can get for free. And then whatever Nevsky heads you haven't got, you got a chance of getting right here just by putting him on, the Heart's Desire list of commanders that you want to get. So as a starting off in the game, if I was doing it, I'm going to get my area of effect. Definitely going to make sure you got the Juan, otherwise known as Guan Yu. Scipio, no doubt. Constantine's useful. Okay, other commanders, yeah, as I said in other videos, Boudicca, not the worst in the world, but no. Leadership, I've done a video on Trajan. Probably still a no. But yeah, I would understand if you want to have Trajan. I would understand. What I'm really saying is, in terms of essential you're building up from scratch armies that you really want to send out. Of course, Juan. To me, he's the best commander in the game. Scipio will be paired up with Juan. You know what I mean? Zhu Liang's not there. Herman Prime's not there. Luce's not there, but they will be in the future. And, you know what I mean? You might want to get your keys back like I showed in the other videos. And you can do much worse, actually, than having Constantine from that point of view then. If you're going to use this purely to get the commanders that you haven't got, so you can start building your gold heads towards it, towards optimizing it. There may well be a time when Trajan will be just a placeholder and timed out, and that could happen ridiculously quick. You could argue that if you could have 5 area of effect armies, Trajan would not feature, does not need to feature. I totally get that too. That's my in my heart where I want to be. So if I was going from scratch, like being me back in time, out of all these commanders, yeah, obviously Juan, Scipio. What I'm thinking is, do I really want to garrison Constantine? Basically, he's got new life from what's happening in the museum, but that is short-lived, really, because you really want the secondary commander for Luce. I know I've got him. He's sort of a placeholder. I want the secondary commander to Luce to be doing some decent damage, preferably AoE 2. Yeah. Guan Yu, Scipio. That might just be it. And the rest, if you've already maximized them, just focus on selecting commanders like I did here that have maximized to get those keys back. So in 3 months' time, or whenever your next KVK is, you can do this all again and keep that as a, keep that as an engine to get the materials that I showed you before. Resources. I said that last time. And the gold heads, and get some of those keys back. Hope that's useful. Dead Steve, and I'm out.